having yapped so much about this whole Sakaja fiasco, I would like us to look at the policy perspectives of this whole matter. Because if we don't, then we will end up under the same problem. Because I always say that it's not individuals that desire to do bad things. It is the loopholes they see and decide to harness. And so we have to seal those loopholes. And the first opportunity that I see is that Kenyan policymakers have to find a leak-proof solution to this matter, as it is not just about Sakaja or lawmakers, but rather it's a matter of national security importance. What I also believe is happening is there is a regional game of geopolitical chess game being played here. And I have in mind Museveni's Uganda deliberately allowing Kenyan leaders to obtain questionable certificates from Uganda so that Uganda is a regional, is with goals of being a regional powerhouse, can compromise our leaders in order to advance their regional interests. Because if you do know the secrets of our leaders, those who, let's assume Sakaja rises to be president of Kenya someday, or even rises to be a cabinet secretary, I mean, he can be compromised. We do know that Putin has utilized this very effectively, and for Western leaders of Western capitals, and sometimes it involves prostitution rings in which you end up being granted a prostitute, and you become compromised. And so anytime you try to go against Putin's Russia, then he will unleash that evidence against you. And so we have to make sure that our leaders, are beyond proof, and we have to do this through the establishment of a national certificate or diploma clearance system. It has to be cloud-based, and it should be very easy to verify documents through that system. And it should be done on an ongoing basis. What I'm saying is that once you finish a semester, you should be your results should be loaded into such a clearance system so that if once you finish first year, for example, it should be like within a few weeks or days, they should have like say 90 days to submit your certificates. That way, if somebody is like in 2027 trying to do that, then it means that certificates should have started to stream in from about 2022 or 2023. So you're not just saying you have a PhD, but that you finished the first year, it was submitted, and there's a timestamp for that. That way we are not just having somebody coming up with a certificate. Because as things stand now, all you need is your certificate. And I think IEBC was right in front of the law that, Sakaja proved he has a degree. But we don't, unless CUE goes ahead and does an audit, sends people to go and audit whether Sakaja truly attended class, then it's gonna be very hard for us to verify that Sakaja truly did a degree. But for those degrees that are done in Kenya, in order for them to have authenticity, validity, and credibility around the world, then we must have a system that is, can be traced, Like say, I know some employers here in the United States will not take certificates from Nigeria, for example, or India. They will turn them away, and they will tell you it's because they don't trust their systems. They don't trust that those degrees are genuine. And it has a history to it, because folks from there have been able to present fake certificates that turned out to be fake, that somebody says they've done analytical chemistry, and they cannot use a high performance liquid chromatographer, so HPLC. That's a very basic technology. And if you say you have a PhD in chemistry or PhD in analytical chemistry, you should be able to use that. And so employers have such an employee, and then they discover that they know zilch about nothing about analytical chemistry. So we must defend, we must protect the solemnity of our education system by hook or crook. And the establishment of a national certification or transcript clearance system that respects the court ruling about the aspect of a degree being a process rather than event is what we should push for. That court order has pretty much not been addressed with a good and clean heart. And so I'm challenging the CUE to look at the establishment of that, and then the government should invest in a cloud system, that makes sure that that transcripts are treated like currency. And if we can clear checks, with efficiency. Kenya does clear checks and legal tenders with immense efficiency. If you see a clean 1,000 note, most of the cases, there'll be fake ones, but most of the cases, if you get it from a bank, it's genuine. So that, and if you get a check, the way Kenya processes checks is a very thorough process. And so if we did that with our degrees, then we will end up with a foolproof system that not many folks are going to do some shenanigan stuff. Okay, so my challenge is to the policymakers, right?